So you want to become the best runner you can be. We're not talking about winning the Olympics here, unless you're me. We're talking about your potential, that deep internal drive to see what you're made of. If that's you, then this video is for you. If you're new here, I'm Caroline Olsen. I'm a Norwegian marathon runner training for the 2028 Olympics and a coach who's obsessed with helping ambitious runners feel and perform their best. My first marathon, I ran it on a whim and ended up winning it with a time of 3 hours and 5 minutes. 7 months later, I ran a 2:46 marathon. But let me be honest, my story didn't just keep going up from there, because the same determination that pushed me forward also broke me. I ended up with 6 stress fractures in 4 years. Even though I was working harder than ever, I kept breaking down. And it wasn't until I changed my method and I started training based on heart rate and time on feet rather than pace and distance that things changed. Because let's face it, if you're wired like me, ambitious, disciplined, and driven, then traditional training can backfire. It rewards your tendency to push harder. The performance doesn't come from grinding harder. It comes from adapting better. Today, I'm running up to 140 kilometers a week. That's 85 miles. I've got 3 quality sessions, including double threshold workouts. And I feel the best I've ever felt. Not because I'm doing less, but because I finally learned how to train in a way that works for my mind and my body. So what is that one thing that makes someone the best runner they can be? Perseverance. Not talent, not luck, not some magical shoe or gel or secret training hack. Other than heart rate. I'm just kidding. Perseverance. Let's be real. Life is hard. Even for people who are successful. Even for people who've done all the right things. Obstacles will come your way. Injury, burnout, doubt, bad weather, a job loss, a breakup, maybe even all of those in the same week. But here's what I've learned. Those obstacles, they aren't signs to quit. They're invitations to build the very skill that will get you everything you want in running and in life. Perseverance. And no, that doesn't mean blindly pushing through. It means adapting and moving forwards anyway. Okay, I'm gonna be super vulnerable. I can't believe I'm actually gonna share this to the whole world, but here we go. When I was younger, I truly believed I was stupid. My grades weren't great. I remember sitting in class thinking, am I adopted? My parents are super smart, my brother is super smart, and I just wasn't getting it. I grew up in Norway and I was placed in a class with mostly immigrant students to improve my Norwegian, even though I spoke Norwegian. That stuck with me. I internalized the belief that I was slow, that I wasn't smart. Even when I later got into the best business school in Norway, that belief still lingered. But here's the shift I luckily made back then. I stopped comparing myself to other people, and I started comparing myself to who I was yesterday. I decided I was going to grow. No matter how small it felt, no matter how much harder I had to work, I would persevere until I succeeded. And I've seen this play out again and again in the runners I coach. Like Carrie, who never thought she would get her heart rate down for her long run. Or Rose, who shared, since working with me, she has seen growth not just physically but mentally. She has done 4 Ragnar relays before, and she has never entered a race feeling as fresh, prepared, and confident. And these aren't elite athletes. They're runners like you, hardworking, frustrated, and finally free. So maybe you're watching this thinking, but I'm working hard. I'm doing all the right things, so why isn't it working? And I want to say, I have been there. When you're putting in the effort and it still isn't working, it feels like there's no hope. Like with me, when I got another stress fracture and I couldn't understand why, I kept thinking, but I'm not even running that much. What I didn't see was that I was still comparing myself to Olympic runners instead of honoring where my body was at now. I thought working harder would fix everything, when what I actually needed was to pull back. So if that's you, frustrated, stuck, or wondering if maybe you're not cut out for this sport, I want you to know that you are not alone. So let's talk science real quick. There's a concept called supercompensation. It's how your body adapts after a stress, like a hard workout. But here's the catch. The gains don't come during the stress, they come after, if you recover and repeat the cycle. And that's exactly what perseverance is. It's not hammering every workout. It's staying in the game long enough for your body and your mind to adapt. Talent may set your ceiling, but perseverance determines how close you get to it. And for most runners, talent isn't even the limiting factor. Consistency is. If there's only one thing you take from this video, let it be this. The best runners don't just train smarter. They believe in their potential and they persevere. So what are you persevering through right now? Let me know in the comments. I read all of them. And if you want to be connected with like-minded people like me and my athletes, then make sure to check out my Facebook community. I will leave the link down below. And I'll leave you with this. When you're doubting yourself, ask yourself, what if I just keep going? Not perfectly, not always fast, but forward. That's how you become the best runner you can be. That's what I keep telling myself. It's what I keep telling my athletes. And I'm sure that one day you will reach that goal. See you in the next one.